Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and we're going back over to the Black Iris Brewery over in Nottingham, and we're looking at a can of the Mother's Ruin, which is a Juniper IPA. As always, wonderful artwork from Kev Grey on these cans. I just love it with the simplicity, I love how bold it is, and I'm really loving that image there. That would be such a good tattoo to have. So yeah, I'm actually looking to get a tattoo, and that just looks fantastic. Anyway, beautiful label, 440ml can. So this is an IPA brewed with juniper and orange peel, clocking in at 7% ABV. It's not the freshest because it actually goes out of date at the end of this month, but I thought I'd give it a try because it's one that stood out to me because I'm not a big spirit guy, but I love gin, so I'm interested to see how that flavour, or the flavour of the juniper, stands up in the beer. And of course, it's got orange peel, so it's going to be a little bit citrusy. Citrus IPAs, give me them any day of the week. But yeah, I picked this up from Northern Beer Temple in Wigan. Definitely worth giving a go if you're ever in Wigan. And yeah, I've had a good run so far with Black Iris. I started off with the Wrap Me Up in Smoke, which they brewed in collaboration with Torside, who are for me the best UK brewery who do Rauch beers. Their Franconia is just so fantastic, and some of their other smokier beers have just been tip top. But yeah, and also had the cream one. I can't remember what it's called, but it had the wizard on the front cover, which was lovely. But that's one of those beers where on cask I could just imagine it's just going to be elevated. So yeah, we've got another IPA then. And God, my God, look at all those little bits and bobs. You might not be able to see that because it looks a bit darker on camera. But yeah, a heck of a lot of suspended bits and bobs in there, hazing the beer up nicely. It's got a lovely sort of like goldeny amber look to it, and the beer poured with about just over a finger's worth of a lovely sort of pillowy, foamy looking white head. So yeah, it's certainly looking nice. Let's see what we get on the aroma. Well, I'm getting that sort of like juniper flavour on the nose. It's got that slight gin-like aroma, of course, being juniper. You've got that very subtle orange peel in there. It's almost got like a wit beer edge to it, almost. But then underneath that you've got almost like as if they've used the Mandarina Bavaria hop, because you're getting that sort of like mandarin sort of flavour in there, but it's not really like in your face fruity. Subtly hopped, I'd say, although it could have faded because I'm not too sure when exactly this was canned and brewed. But it's got that sort of like classic, almost like Citra Cascade sort of vibe to it. It's mellowed down nicely. Lovely breadiness in there as well. I mean, it smells fantastic. It's just, it's not in your face in any way. Which, no, not every IPA has to be like that. So I wouldn't even dream of using that against them. But yeah, smells good. Certainly looks good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Wow. You don't realise sometimes how like fragrant and pungent stuff like juniper berries can be, because you're getting that by the bucket load, and then that sort of like lemony, citrusy hop character mixing with that subtle orange peel, just sort of like take that little bit of an edge off. Not that it's anywhere close to being harsh, it's just noticeable. It adds a little bit more bitterness to the beer as well. And yeah, you get that slight botanical gin-like character. I've had a couple of gin and tonic beers. Beavertown did one with Demolan, which didn't really do much for me at all. But this, you can still taste that it's an IPA. It's not the most hoppiest of IPAs by any stretch, but the hops could have faded slightly. But you're still getting that sort of like lemon, lime, a little bit of grapefruit, some more of like nectarine, those sort of more in the orange family, if that's how you say it. And then of course that orange peel comes through nicely. A little bit of breadiness, and again it's got that very subtle wit beer character with that like spiciness from the juniper, a little bit of breadiness, and then the orange peel just lifting it. ABV is matched really nicely. It's a lovely drinkable beer. Lovely fruity aftertaste as well on this one. Yeah, I like that actually. I really, really do like that. It's just one of those IPAs that you could just sit back and enjoy, but it's still got bagfuls of flavour. And yeah, I'm not sure when this was actually brewed, but I mean, sometimes you can tell when a hop has faded because you just get that like residual sort of vegetative side. I know that's not the proper term, but you know what I mean. But this, it's like a simple IPA, and it's just lifted slightly with the, oh my god, look at that now. Look at that, that is clouded up. Nice. So let's see if the flavour changes when it's all in there. Well, it's definitely smoother. The bitterness is a little bit more pronounced on the back end. You get a little bit more of that orange peel. Yeah, if it didn't have the juniper or the orange peel, it would be like a slightly above IPA. Slightly above average, I should say, IPA. Or at least an IPA that you'd want to drink a few cans of. You know, just simple, knock it back. Don't have to try and pick out flavours. But that juniper and the orange peel, repeat myself here, I'm sure I am, just add a little intriguing twist, little plot twist to the story. And I think it needs that. And I think when you brew a beer like that, you probably, and I don't want to speak for the brewers at all, which I think is, some people do get guilty of doing that when they review beer. But I'd like to think that they weren't trying to be like really aggressive with the hops, because then it would completely overtake or just become a mess with those other flavours in there. But I like the balance of this beer. It's not the best that I've had from Black Iris so far, but I'd happily buy a few more cans of that before, yeah, if they were a little bit, if they get discounted after the best before date, then yeah, I can't see the flavour changing drastically. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, it was a good price anyway, so I'm not going to complain about the price. So for the price, it's a good experience. The way I see it, you're getting a piece of art as well with the can, which I know not a lot of people really care about that sort of stuff, but I love that about craft beer. You know, you can buy prints and frame them, and you can also, you know, you can make a little collection, collage sort of thing, or put them in like a little book to document them. But to me, the important thing is the beer, first and foremost. It's got to be. But what I'm loving with the craft beer movement right now is the, not just, oh, we need a label for this beer. It's, who should we get to design the label? Should we give them ideas? It's a big process with it. And I think what Kev has been doing for Black Iris has been fantastic. And his work has been awesome. As someone who used to skateboard, you know, I didn't know his name, of course, because I wasn't too, you know, tuned in back then. But you recognise the work of it. I remember that. Like, a friend of mine had like a skate, you know, a deck with that sort of similar artwork, and he did a lot of work with fans as well. And I think he's doing like graffiti now under a different alias. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful artwork. I love the typography on the can as well. And yeah, I'm gonna stop going on, because I think I'm going to end up going on more about the art of the can than I am the beer itself. But for me, that beer, I could happily give that an 8 out of 10. As someone who likes the odd gin and tonic every now and then, and gin in general, it's got those sort of characteristics. And it works with the beer that they've used. And yeah, I'd happily drink it again. I'd be interested to see if they brew it again as well, if it's a regular or if a one-off. But yeah. Another citrus IPA, berry IPA, fruited IPA. I love these sorts of beers. It sings to me. And yeah, so if you have tried this beer, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below in the comments. Are you a fan of the brewery? Are you a fan of these sorts of beers? All your comments are, although it takes a while to reply to people sometimes, I do read them and I do appreciate each and every one of them. Check out my small Black Iris playlist for my other thoughts, opinions on their beers. I will be buying more beers from these guys in the future, whenever I see them. Check out the brewery itself. Check out Kev's work. I keep calling him Kev. Yeah, it is Kev. I either call him Kev or Ken, because I'm terrible with names, and I'm just an idiot, first and foremost, as regular viewers will already know. But yeah, check out all those links down below. If any of my beer brothers and sisters have reviewed this beer, then their links will be included also. And yeah, thank you for watching me, and I hope you join me next time for another beer review. Cheers, guys.